Welcome back. We're on part two, and it's time to do the hot tags of the week and break down some different important things or interesting things that have happened in the world of professional wrestling. There's actually quite a bit that's happened now that we usually record these episodes on Wednesdays, but now we're doing it on Friday night, and we've got those extra 2 days worth of stories. So let's start going down the list here. Jake the Snake Roberts was hospitalized for double pneumonia, and by now it actually seems like he's doing pretty well. So that's a huge positive instead of having something worse to be reporting on, as everybody kind of could have expected, because double pneumonia is something that's really serious. And he supposedly was on a ventilator and was in a coma-like state, which I know all too well. That's actually the situation that happened with my dad back when he passed away, and my neighbor was in the same situation right before that, so he passed away the same kind of way. So as soon as I heard that from Jake the Snake, I was just like, oh well, shit, he's gonna end up dying. And thankfully he's doing a lot better. So uh, well wishes to Jake the Snake Roberts, and hopefully this keeps going in the right direction. What do you guys think about this?
I'm glad that he's doing a lot better. Honestly, when I heard he was in hospital, I assumed he was back on the wagon again and had drunk himself to death. So fantastic that he's beating this, and I hope that's the case because after all the shit he's gone through, if double pneumonia is what killed him, it would have been fucking stupid.
Drew and Sean, any thoughts?
Yeah, just thankfully he isn't dead. It's like at this point because he's been in a lot of like troubles for the past like few years. Thankfully, they were able to get him into the Hall of Fame this year, so we don't have to do like one of those posts. I forget I don't know how to pronounce it because I'm too young.
Posthumous?
Posthumous. If only I was older and know how to pronounce shit. But yeah,
You'll learn how to do it posthumously.
yeah, I'll learn. There we go.
Any thoughts about this, Sean?
Yes. Twitter.com/. Happy Pub Gaming and get well soon, Jake.
So we got two stories about CM Punk. One of them is that one of his wedding photos with AJ Lee was leaked, and he tweeted out the following tweet. Tweet that pic and I block you. Simple. And I block you because I can't punch you in your disrespectful fucking face, pigs. Uh, I don't know if he really needed to be that mad about it, but if he wanted his privacy and people are tweeting it out, then of course he'd be mad. But I don't see the point in needing to have that much privacy. You can post a wedding photo somewhere. It's not going to kill you. Um, he might have been overreacting on that a little bit. I don't know. But the other story, and we're going to just tie these in together, is something that is a lot more, I think, up for debate of whether or not there's an overreaction or not. And that's CM Punk has issued a lawsuit against WWE over likeness rights and the issues with the WWE 2K15 game and him not necessarily being paid for that, since their whole walking out on the contract kind of dispute is going on. So this has really turned from maybe CM Punk's going to come back to, well, he probably won't, but maybe in the future, to, holy shit, these guys are on opposite ends. And I'm going to start with you, Ego, on this because you're our resident, that's all work kind of a guy. But what do you think about these two stories?
Okay, first off, on the wedding thing, I hear a lot of wrestling fans giving him grief and calling him a crybaby and so on and so forth. And I'm sure if Peyton was here, he'd be jumping down CM Punk's throat as always. But at the end of the day, it's the guy's personal life, and the people complaining about his reaction have never touched a fucking girl. So, um, marriage is a special thing, and getting married is very personal. So, if he feels like it should have been kept behind closed doors, and he's upset that someone he invited into that setting spread that, he's got all the right in the world to be angry. Could he have aired those grievances a little better on Twitter and public and on social media? Sure, but at the end of the day, he's a human. He's got a right to react however he wants to react. So I've got no issue with the way he conducted himself. If anyone does, well, go get a fucking life. As far as this whole 22-page letter that's being sent to the WWE over royalties, which he's complaining about, it's a tricky situation. At the end of the day, CM Punk's an independent contractor. You can't force the guy to go in the ring and compete. it's just not doable. It's the same as if the independent contractors that are in the UFC, you can't force them to fight. At the end of the day, that's your body. You're putting it on the line. So when he chose to no longer compete, the WWE had the right to freeze his contract and postpone it until they could come to an agreement. They chose not to do that. So as far as I'm concerned, legally, they owe CM Punk as much. They owe CM Punk everything and anything that he was originally set in that contract because they chose not to act on his contract when he told them he was leaving. So he's well within his rights. And if he feels like they're earning any money off his likeness, then sure, fucking sue him. I've perfectly supported.
Unless it's a work, of course, right, Steven?
Shut up,
Damn it.
sport.
Well, I'm gonna throw my 2 cents out on this now. When it comes to the whole wedding thing, at first I was kind of like, God, it's kind of a dick move, but honestly, I think Wago's right about this. It's his personal life. It's a wedding. It's supposed to be one of the biggest moments of one's life, and if you want that to be private, then I think people should respect that. However, he's kind of a celebrity. If he didn't want to be a celebrity, then that sucks. But he should have at least expected something like this to happen, and he should have prepared for it. Now, when it comes to just everything else with the lawsuit, WWE's gonna have to pay him his money. He's not a part of the company anymore, and I know for the one reason why I want to get 2K15 is because they're doing a CM Punk feud as of right now, which I think is incredible. So they're gonna have to give him his money if they're gonna want to have WWE 2K15 the way it is right now. And I don't know if Wago mentioned it or if Mango mentioned it because I was half in, half out. But I know that they're thinking about postponing the game or delaying it. So I'm just saying, give the man his money so I can get my game. That's all I want.
And Sean, what are your thoughts about both the CM Punk stories?
Come back to me when it's his honeymoon photos. And I know shit all about law, but facebook.com/Happy Pope Gaming Productions.
So we lost another member of the roster this week, Veronica Lane, real name Erika
Oh
Hammond.
man!
Oh shoot!
So
No.
fuck. I mean, what are they gonna do now? Like they lost Veronica Lane.
I mean, they can't
They still
do any
have
more
Rosa
Veronica segments or any Lane segments. Fuck.
She was the future. She was the next WWE Divas champion.
I don't even know if she actually wrestled a match in WWE. She was doing backstage interviews with NXT, and I didn't really see much of her, so I can't really rag on her too much. But I imagine that she was just about the same as what everybody else is. I mean, they had Jamie Keys do backstage interviews and stuff. They've had a million other people, and unless they really stand out like Renee Young, they're all interchangeable. And that goes for the men too. And that's not something against the women in there. You take your Tom Phillips and your Todd Grishams, and for the most part, like any of those kind of guys, even Scott Stanford to a level, they all can just be replaced by other people that do the same thing. There's nothing that separates Byron Saxton from Tom Phillips to me. So, I mean, we have a terrible loss here of Veronica Lane. Any thoughts, anybody? Let's go in the same order. Wago.
Nope.
Drew.
Nope.
Sean.
Nope.
Perfect. So we've got the thing that I mentioned in the Ask Him before. The Rock is going to play Black Adam in the upcoming DC movie Shazam. For those people that follow the Fanboys Anonymous side of things, we've been reporting this for a little bit. He actually looks really great for the role. He's pretty much the best person suited for it. So I don't like Shazam, or actually I should say Captain Marvel. And I don't really like any of the supporting characters for the most part. That whole series is a little bit just cheesy for me. But if anybody's going to play Black Adam, then The Rock is definitely the best option to go with. So cool, hopefully they don't fuck this up like they did Man of Steel. We go.
So yeah, it's the best person from it. He's black and muscular.
No, they could have gone with him as Captain Marvel. There was rumoring that for a while, and he doesn't fit. He fits more the villain to me.
Well, I don't know who this is. As far as all that goes, I've never heard of him. So, woo.
Going from Woo to Drew, what do you think about this?
Oh, woo, Drew. But seriously, I don't really care
Let me
because I
get
don't.
serious for a moment.
Let me get serious for a moment. I don't give a fuck.
How many fucks do you give for this in
For this,
comparison to Veronica Lane?
ooh, it's a close one. I'm going to give this one the edge because The Rock has tits.
John, what do you think about Black Adam and The Rock?
Well, I for one will be boycotting the Shazam film until they change back Shazam to Captain Marvel.
That actually bothers you?
Yep, it bothers the fuck out of me. He will always be Captain Marvel to me. I'm sorry, but go fuck yourselves.
So, fanboys out there, leave your comments.
Oh,
below
he's
about
that
this.
guy. You told me about him.
What, like Captain Marvel?
Yeah, you told me about Captain Marvel, but I didn't know. And then you told me about him being Shazam because of legal reasons.
Yeah, that's the whole situation. They're worried about the Marvel DC kind of connection, and you know.
Then why call him Captain Marvel in the first fucking place, you fucking stupid pricks?
I'm looking at the reason that he's called Shazam. Fuck me, this character's stupid.
Yeah, see, it's a comic book character from a different era, and that's when they've got magic
Down
involved.
syndrome era?
They've got it from when it was like really, really targeting little kids. So of course it's a little kid that turns into a fucking superhero, and that's just lame to me.
By saying Shazam.
Yeah,
And then when he
Shazam.
says Shazam to turn back into a kid, so every time he goes, my name is Shazam, he should, in theory, turn
Is
back
this
into a kid.
Saturday morning cartoon at all?
He was part of the Justice League of America,
Oh,
and he had a fight with Superman. That was pretty awesome.
That actually
Oh,
was
he
a pretty
lost.
decent fight in that show. But let's see. Let's move on to another hot tag here. WWE has cut ties finally with Tout, and they're not going to be promoting that anymore. They apparently invested $5,000 in it, which is like nothing at all compared to what WWE does. But it's still kind of a waste of $5,000 because that ended up being completely pointless, didn't it?
I forgot Tout was even a thing.
so wait, do
Yeah,
I need to
you
get
said
rid of?
You
Oh,
said
wait,
they've stopped promoting it. When were they promoting it? They haven't promoted that for fucking months.
Well, they've been
And
promoting
last
it
I
for
checked,
years.
Stephanie McMahon was meant to be on the board of directors for that thing, so maybe that's what the 5,000 was for.
Maybe buying the way into that. I don't know. Tout sucks though. I touted a couple times at WrestleMania just to kind of get some videos out for you guys, and haven't touched that thing since.
You fucking dweeb.
So just in case you guys want to know, go to Smark out moment on Tout to see those wonderful WrestleMania videos where you see Anthony Mango touting it up.
Where you
at
could see me
WrestleMania.
going, "Hey, probably can't hear me. It's fucking loud here, and it's cold. WrestleMania, woo!" And that's basically it. Actually, I think their first tout is me and fucking Fuddruckers, just being like, "Burgers are awesome. What's up, guys?" Like, so that's how useful that fucking social media app is. Let's see what other hot tags we have here. Brock Lesnar signed a new contract with WWE. I don't know really the details behind this. I haven't really looked that up, but Wago, you looked up like some actual deets, right?
Yeah, I did a bit of background checking, and the situation is they can book Brock Lesnar for whenever the hell they want now. They just got to pay out each time. There isn't an amount released, but it's Brock Lesnar, and I'm sure he's getting paid wealthy. And this is great news just because he's our fucking champion right now, and as much as you don't need the champion there every week, you do have to promote your title matches, and you do need him for pay-per-views. So, fantastic news, and I'm all for it. I haven't got a bad thing to say about it.
Drew.
Yeah, I agree with Steven Wago. Now, you know, it used to be his contract was that like they had to keep an eye out for the dates because they only had a limited amount of dates. Now this is kind of like, hey, just we'll give you the extra fucking money. So this is good because now I don't have to complain about never seeing my WWE World Heavyweight Champion unless John Cena wins it back in a couple weeks at Night of Champions because we all know he will. So this is good. I am looking forward to seeing more of Brock Lesnar not talk and Paul Heyman do all the talking. Honestly, do we actually? Now that I think about it, do we need Brock Lesnar there each week? He doesn't talk. He just stands in the ring. He doesn't touch anyone. Paul Heyman does all the work for him. Do we really
No,
need
you
Brock
don't
Lesnar?
need him, and hence why I've written an article about it on smarkoutmoment.com called Brock Lesnar is WWE Champion. Stop complaining.
It's a good article, though.
Oh man, see, I just set up a plug for someone else. I should be the host of the show.
And Sean, what are your thoughts on the Brock Lesnar contract situation?
Great analysis.
well, more money equals good.
More money, more problems?
Good job, Troop.
Well, fuck you, Drew.
So
But,
we
but
have-
yeah, the money will go towards Sable and kids in hotel pools, and I don't know where I'm going with this.
I don't know
What
either, but
does
I'm kind
Sable
of
and Brock
curious.
want to do to kids in hell? What? The fuck they into? Some weird aphrodisiacs.
So we
Niggers.
have one other hot tag here. A fan was ejected from the crowd on Monday Night Raw, and afterward, he made a big stink about it, and he claimed that it was because of his sign. And his sign said that he would rather be at home watching WCW Nitro for $9.99. Why they would have gotten rid of him for that reason is really stupid. And then it came out afterward that what this guy neglected to say, and what other people that were around him brought out the information from, is that he was acting like a complete asshole the whole time. He was throwing his sign up into the air. He kept chanting for Chris Benoit. And when they tried to take the sign away from him acting up a fucking scene, then he threw even more of a scene. And he was drunk off his ass and everything like that. So that is the reason why you get knocked out of an event in WWE. You don't get thrown out for having a sign that supports the thing that they are actually promoting. You get thrown out for being a jackass. So for anybody who's taken up that sign me up initiative, you won't get thrown out for a fucking Smark Out Moment sign. You'll get thrown out if you're throwing around a Smark Out Moment sign and chanting for one of the most like despicable names you can ever bring up in WWE history. And
Here we go,
You know.
Hitler. Here we go.
yeah, like, even if you tried to get that chant started, you might not get thrown out. Because I highly doubt anybody else will start picking it up.
You know what? If we get that chat next week on Raw, fuck you, Tony.
If that comes out, it is not endorsed by Smark Out Moment. Let me put that out there. Some fucking asshole is going to start doing it and be like, Smark Out Moment told me to do it. Smack Talk said if I did that, they'd pay me or some shit. So, Drew, you were just at a WWE live event earlier today. Did you see any crazy fans doing anything stupid?
Most of them were kids. Like, this was a lot of kids, more than usual.
Were they drunk off their ass too?
Well, it's a college campus. They don't sell alcohol on college campuses, I believe. So, no. They didn't sell alcohol at the thing, from what I told, because I went to the concession stands to get a water, and they didn't have any alcohol. So, I didn't see any drunk people. There was a lot of people that smelled. I will give you that one. I'm being serious. WWE's fans smell the fucking worst, I swear. But anyways,
I don't know. Concert people smell a lot worse than WWE fans, I've found.
Fuck.
But they have a crossover. By the way, if you go to any public event, you soap, you fucking dirty bastards.
Yes, exactly. It's like, it's just like everyone around me smelled bad. But aside from that, this guy was a dumbass. He did something stupid, and he got in trouble for it. What the fuck do you expect? If you do stupid shit like this, you're gonna get in trouble. It's that simple. And also, I'm not a big fan of alcohol at wrestling events, anyways, because just if something really, really, really bad happened, and there was a group of really, really drunk fans who did not like what happened, shit will go down eventually. I think it's a bad combination. I'm sorry for people who like alcohol out there, but I'm not a big fan of alcohol at sporting events, anyways, because the whole Malice at the Palace incident with the Pacers. I'm a big Pacers fan, so yeah, that sort of thing. So this guy's a dumbass. He deserved to get in trouble. He got in trouble. He threw a baby fit about it. Did it mention if he is he allowed to go to? Is he banned from WWE events, or did they mention on that?
I don't remember coming across any of that. He
Well,
might be. He might not be.
I've never understood how you do that, though. How the fuck do you pick that out of a crowd when they're all walking in?
Yeah.
Exactly. That I didn't. I like whenever I hear that, unless they actually have like the sign backstage of okay guys, see this guy, keep an eye out for him.
I
Like
would
fuck.
assume that you couldn't do something like that. It's probably more just an intimidation factor,
Yeah.
where maybe they take down your information, and if you cause a problem in the future and you get caught doing it again, then
Prosecute
maybe
you.
then maybe they kind of have something in place where they can be like, look, you were already banned and you showed up, so now you're actually going to get threatened with legal action or something.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, the guy's an idiot. You know, it, especially with Chris Benoit. Shoot, you don't fucking do that. I've not this event, but I've been to an event where someone shouted the name Chris Benoit, and like everyone around us was just like, "What the fuck is that idiot thinking?" So that's just something that WWE is never going to take lightly anymore. And you know, you said the most despicable name. It's not the most despicable name. It's just a name that WWE does not want to hear now. So it's just a weird situation when it comes to that. This guy deserves to get kicked out, and if he's banned for the rest of his life, he probably deserves it. So that's my 2 cents on it.
All right, Wago, Sean, any other thoughts that you guys want to put out there about this story before we wrap up the hot tags?
I read
See,
his post on Reddit. He sounds like a cunt. I'm glad he got kicked out, and I hope a dog bites his dick.
and my 2 cents on it is people shouldn't take signs to sporting events because motherfuckers can't see.
Oh my god. No. There wasn't even that many signs there when I went tonight. I saw people bring signs in, but like fuck, it was just like no one brought a sign to this. This is like the one time I've been to a WWE show with no fucking signs, and it was weird.
And you could actually see the fucking ring instead of some piece of paper.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a live event. Like,
Yeah,
people bring them more so for the TV shows because they
yeah,
wouldn't be
because
on
you get
TV.
yeah. I saw people. No, there were people in the front rows who had signs so they could get them signed. Like around. And here's my issue with the live event today. Just they blared the fuck out of the music. Like I thought I was going deaf at one point. And like the issue was after the match was over, they weren't just like walking back to backstage. They were going around the ring signing autographs. So it's just like fuck off, Sheamus. Stop Sin Cara, you can't even speak English. Just go the fuck backstage. And then as soon as John Cena won, everyone flocked because they knew John Cena was gonna get there was gonna sign some autographs. It was just like it was really really
Was
bad.
it a pro John Cena fan crowd?
Oh yes, like I said, it was more kids than like at a Raw, especially. So it was extremely pro Cena tonight. It was just like
Man, well, the kids can't be any more annoying than that one fucker at SummerSlam. Let's go Cena!
oh, there were some
Let's
kids.
go Cena!
There were some kids behind me who were kind of bad, but nothing compared to that kid. I know what you're talking about.
Also, if you want to go on television, show your titties.
No, that was back in the Attitude Era. They don't let you do that anymore.
It's just
Although
oh
they
my
do specifically try to hunt down hot chicks in the crowd. I mean, you every once in a while you'll just see like they'll be, going from a shot of like the Usos or something like that, and instead of cutting to kids that are obsessed with their pockets, like we were talking about this Monday night, they'll just cut over to like the one bored hot chick in the crowd who's there with like her boyfriend. She doesn't give a shit,
Yeah.
but she's got like, this amazing rack or something like that, and you'll be like, oh, Kevin Dunn paying a lot of attention here, aren't you?
Oh my god, it's just
Yeah, like, hey, honey, that kid's looking at his pockets. They look pretty cool.
oh my god, no. So Natalia was coming out to her ring and like she had like a half shirt on, so it was just covering her top. And she was doing her usual, going around the ring, trying to get the fans excited because she's a face. She gets on the turnbuckle facing us. She grabs her top. I forgot that she didn't have her bottom top on as well. I thought she was flashing the crowd for like a split second. I'm like, whoa, oh, okay.
You're like, oh, it's Natalia.
No, I actually. Well, it was against Paige, and Natalia is better looking than Paige. I think Natalia was looking fine tonight. I am a big supporter of Natalia. She might have been a total, waste
Diva?
of, total waste. Well, she's not a diva. That's the thing. She's a wrestler, and I think I hate the idea. If you're gonna be a total diva, it's fine. But if you're gonna be a women's wrestler, just fucking. There's a difference between the two. She shouldn't have been a total divas in the first place. That was a waste of space. I think Tyson Kidd was more over on Total Divas than Natalia was.
Did
Can't
you
say
not
so.
see Natalia in her underwear?
No, she wasn't in her underwear on Total Divas.
Yes, she
Yeah.
was.
She was?
Black
She's right there in
lingerie.
the in the shop.
Oh shit! Yes. Well,
Come on,
well,
dude. I don't even watch this shit.
Oh
I just
my
find this shit on
god, you
YouTube.
guys need to fucking do something with your lives. Jesus Christ.
So
Well,
the
we do-
Annabella Lee is pretty fit.
What we do need to do is take a little bit of a commercial break here with the rest hold. So we are going to come back right after that is over with the main event of this evening's podcast, and then we are going to do some fantasy league stuff, and then we will say goodbye to you guys. So stay tuned, everybody. After this commercial break, we will see you for more.